Hello once again, dear viewers. You're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to our news broadcast. First, the major headlines. 35 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19. Seminar to members of the National Service in Sawa. Oxygen tank explosion at Iraqi hospital kills 82 and wounds 110. Philippines Coast Guard conducts drills in South China Seas. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. 35 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers in Gashparka, Southern, Central, Ansaba, Northern Red Sea, and Southern Red Sea regions. From these, 10 patients are from quarantine centers in Aurdat, Garsat, Baruntu, Bushuka, Aderde, Fort Osawa, Golij, Adibara, and Aligidar, Gashparka region. 9 patients are from quarantine centers in Emnahaili, Dubarwa, Araza, Maimine, Adhwala, and Mandafara in the southern region. 4 patients are from quarantine centers in Asmara, central region. 4 other patients are from quarantine centers in Halhal, Habaro, and Agaz, Ansbar region. 1 patient is from quarantine center in Foro, northern Red Sea region. The last 7 patients are from the quarantine center in Addi, southern Red Sea region. On the other hand, 45 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the southern Red Sea, southern and central regions have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly risen to 3,455, while the number of deaths stands at 10. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 3,440. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 26 April 2021. The commanding officer of the National Service Training Center, Colonel Debasai Gide, conducted seminar to the members of the 34th round of the National Service on 24 April. Colonel Debasai indicated that Sawa is a place in which the youth develop perseverance, creativity, self-confidence, as well as love of country, and expressed confidence that as they successfully completed their secondary school education, they will also effectively complete the second phase of the program. Pointing out that national development relies on the toil and creativity of the youth, Colonel Debasai called on the students to equip themselves with the necessary knowledge and skill and play due part in the success of the national development drive. Colonel Debasai also commended the role and contribution of the staff members of the training center for the successful implementation of the program. Malaria prevalence in Mandafara subzone has decreased significantly thanks to the sustainable and integrated awareness-raising activities conducted by health facilities and village health representatives in the subzone. Mr. Yusuf Sabhatu, head of public health in the subzone, said that last year alone strong efforts have been exerted by all concerned institutions to raise the awareness of the public on the means to control malaria with positive results, pointing out that necessary attention should be given to pregnant women, children, as well as the elderly. Mr. Yosef called on the society at large to enhance their efforts for sustainable environmental sanitation activities with a view to control the prevalence of communicable diseases. As part of the campaign, impregnated bed nets have been distributed to all administrative areas in the subzone, which has resulted in the reduction of malaria prevalence in Mandafara by 21%. Mandafara has a referral hospital, 3 health stations, and 1 maternity waiting home. Those are domestic news. Please stay tuned for the international right after the short break. A fire caused by an oxygen tank exploding at an Iraqi hospital treating COVID-19 patients has killed at least 82 people and injured 110 more, according to the country's government. Iraq's Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi has responded to the disaster by sacking key hospital officials as well as suspending the country's health minister and referring him for investigation. The fire broke out at Ibn Khatib Hospital in the Diyala Bridge of Iraq's capital Baghdad on Saturday night, with reports suggesting an oxygen cylinder exploded on a ward. Firefighters rushed to battle the flames that raged across the second floor of the hospital, with the fire not put out until the early hours of Sunday morning. Among the dead are said to be at least 28 patients on ventilators battling severe coronavirus symptoms. Ambulances transported dozens of wounded, with the Iraqi Health Ministry saying at least 200 people were rescued from the scene. Iraq's healthcare system has been ruined by decades of sanctions, war and neglect, even before it was stretched further by the coronavirus pandemic. The Philippines Coast Guard is conducting drills in the South China Sea, which an official said yesterday were part of efforts to secure, quote-unquote, our maritime jurisdiction over the disputed waters. The exercises near the Philippine-occupied T2 Island and China-controlled Scarborough Shoal come amid heightened tensions over the resource-rich sea. The latest diplomatic wrangle between the two countries was triggered by the detection last month of hundreds of Chinese vessels in the Spratly Islands. Most of the boats have since dispersed around the contested archipelago. China, which claims almost the entirety of the sea, has refused repeated demands by the Philippines to call back the ships, which Manila says are maritime militia vessels and Beijing says are fishing boats. In response, the Philippines has deployed more patrol vessels, including Coast Guard and Navy ships, to intensify surveillance and prevent illegal fishing. Scarborough, one of the region's richest fishing grounds, has long been a flashpoint between Manila and Beijing. China seized it from the Philippines in 2012 following a tense standoff. All 53 crew members on the ERi-Nanggala 402 submarine that disappeared in the Bali Sea are dead, the Indonesian Navy confirmed yesterday. The vessel vanished on Wednesday, April 21, along with its 53-strong crew, sparking fears for their welfare. Indonesian Navy Chief Yudo Margono sadly confirmed all on board died after the German-made submarine sank during a military drill. Scans showed the sub around 850 meters beneath the sea, way beyond what the machinery has been built for. Mr. Margono said the crew were not to blame for the accident and said the main part of the sub had been found cracked. A bottle of lubricant and a device that protects a torpedo had been found, Air Marshal Hadi Jahanjato added. And that was our news for tonight, dear viewers. It is good night from us.